Why are long distance relationships so hard? Do long distance relationships even work? Today you're gonna find out the truth about long distance relationships.
Now, according to studies, when you're in a long distance relationship, they say that the success rate of a long distance relationship is only 58%. Now, I'm not saying if you're in a long distance relationship, cut it off, it's not gonna work, because it could work, but you gotta think, 58% is nothing. When you can see somebody, 2 or 3 times a week, spend time with them, get to know them better because you're actually interacting with them, you have a better chance of actually having a real bond, and not just like a Skype bond. It's more of a genuine relationship and not just like a pen pal relationship. Studies prove that long distance relationships, the average lasts for maybe about 4.5 months, which is really nothing. It's almost the same as like a rebound relationship.
Because relationships are all about physicality. And I don't necessarily mean intimacy. It's all about being close to one another. It's all about bonding. A bond can't be a strong bond if you're not in each other's faces, if you're not touching them, if you're not smelling them, if you're not reaching out to them and feeling them and exchanging that body chemistry. It's not a real relationship. You want to feel the other person's energy. You have a digital relationship. Your relationship is based on something that is virtual. And how much of a bond can you create or strengthen if you're not even with this person all the time? And we're not saying that relationships can't develop virtually or in a long distance. But what we're saying is it's gonna make it a lot more challenging to do so because your relationship is based upon something that's not necessarily solid. And that causes a strain because things are too demanding. You have to email each other, you have to FaceTime, you have to schedule FaceTime dates, you have to text a lot more than you normally would, you have to call a lot more than you normally would, you have to be on the phone a lot longer than you normally would, whereas if you guys live in the same town, you can just drive over there right after work and see him, or you can sneak away at lunch. I used to do that a lot. I'm taking lunch at 1 o'clock. I'll meet you back at our place. I'll meet you and we get it in and go back to work. So now you have to plan your dates. Now you got to cook dinner with your phone on a tripod. You're in the kitchen making lasagna and that's your date with a bottle of wine. Look, we all know that's not what you want to do. You miss this person and they miss you, and your only contact is through a phone screen. A lot of people just don't want to be on Skype and FaceTime and Zoom, and it places a huge strain on that type of person.
It's like challenging, it's almost like challenging. It's so much harder to make it work because you don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You're not physical. You're not even having sex. Like, come on. It's just rough because like the whole point of being in a relationship, at least my opinion, I want to have sex when I'm in a relationship. Okay, I don't want to be like looking at my screen like beating off to you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and if you guys do that, I respect that because it's a step above like going on these porn websites, which you shouldn't be doing. But at the same time, it's like, why not get somebody that's real in front of you that you could have sex with and have dinner dates with and hang out and have fun with and cuddle with or whatever it is that you like to do. And again, I'm not saying don't do the whole long distance relationship thing. It's just like, it's challenging. If you're having doubts about it, like really think about what you're doing. You got somebody that lives all the way across the country, if not all the way across the world, and you don't know what they're doing. You don't know what kind of lifestyle they live. You've been together for six months, 9 months, whatever. You really don't know this person. You really don't get to see their body posture or how they like act in public, or you don't get like a real vibe from them. You can FaceTime them, but you really don't learn about that person until you're face to face and you can actually like physically see them, how they move, how they respond to things, how they are in public. The odds are already against you. That's a challenge right there. You're dating somebody that you really truly don't know. You can be together for like 2 years prior to them moving. People evolve. People change every day. So now you're together for 2 years, everything's good. So now she moved. She's over here in like uptown, party down, LA, and you're over here still in Incest, Indiana, you know what I'm saying? So she's living a completely different lifestyle than you. She's opening up. She's young, she's beautiful, now she's hanging out and doing a whole bunch of new things while you're still back in Incest, Indiana, milking your cows and cow tipping for fun on weekends and stuff like that. Her lifestyle, her way of thinking in life is completely different than what it was when she was with you. So now you have this person that's growing apart from you, and you really don't know them. You really don't know who they are because over the last 6 to 9 months or however long it was, they have a new lifestyle and the way they think, act, and respond to things is completely different.
The majority of communication is nonverbal. They can tell you, yeah, I'm I'm just stay at home most of the time and just hang out with my cat. And then she's out in LA or she's out in Miami or Houston. She's around high earning type of guys and she's never been in that element before. And she's telling you one thing and then the reality is different and you don't know. There's a lot of tension in the air because you feel in your gut something ain't right because you know you're a woman. The lines of communication are going to be blurred, and that's definitely not a situation that you want to be in because you're going to be thinking one thing and your paranoid thoughts are going to be getting the best of you, and it's going to cause a strain on your relationship. And another reason why long distance relationships are tough, and this is a part of the relationship dynamic that a lot of people don't talk about because it's an inconvenient truth, is that it's just much more prone to cheat. You guys can have an argument, and arguments often lead to a little rough patch. You can't go over this person's house and calm things down. Things are getting out of control. You're only existing on the phone. You can't go over there and talk things out and get through it. So you hang up the phone or turn off FaceTime and you go have a drink and you go talk to your boys and she goes to talk to her girls and there's a miscommunication about what happened and you guys go through this rough patch and the lines of communication are not really as strong as they once were a couple weeks ago because of this rough patch. You get into a bad situation where she has these orbiters at her job or in her DMs, and maybe the same for you. And because you're in this rough patch, you're more than likely to go out and do something that you're gonna regret. And same for her, you can't resolve the situation how you normally would. So you take and then we're not saying this is the right thing to do, it's absolutely not the right thing to do, but you take out your frustrations, you end up stepping out on the relationship because the resolution isn't there, or because you can't see her as much as you want to and you're sexually frustrated, she's sexually frustrated. You guys go and get that from someone else outside of the relationship.
All it takes is like one guy to come across and strike her emotions while she's like horny as ever, you know what I'm saying? Because she hadn't had sex in like 9 months because you're still in Incest, Indiana. She's in California with all these dudes flashing her money and constantly spitting game at her. So all it takes is one guy to brush up against her while her leg is like thumping like thumper because she's so horny because she hadn't got laid in about 9 months or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So all it takes is that one moment, that one person, and then it's a wrap. It ain't like she can cure that horniness by going to you. You know what I'm saying? She can't just, you ain't around. You're all the way across the country.
And the horrible aspect of this is people have the mentality of, well, since they're out of state, they're not gonna find out. And they won't. And that's how they can justify cheating, is because it won't get back to them. Now, if they were in the same city, they know that word to get out, and they know that their ex will be able to have that. They'll have that instinct that they know something is wrong, and they'll figure out that their ex cheated because they'll see the signs. But if you're all the way across the country, or if you're all the way across the state, you're not gonna know. Maybe through time you'll see that that guilt and that guilt is weighing on your ex, and you'll be able to see it. But initially, you won't. And another thing that you don't know about long distance relationships is that it's costly, okay? Plane tickets, train rides.
And if you fly Spirit, those expensive ass baggage prices where it costs like, was it like $75 for your bags, man? Yeah. Damn Spirit.
Normally on a Friday night, and you guys in the same city, in the same area, it's nothing. It's nothing. You're not even spending a dime most of the time. It gets costly and it weighs on your pockets. It's sad that that's a reason why most people break up, because of finances, but it's the truth. I can't be flying every month to go see her in Arizona. I can't, it's too much.
Just to fly out there and maybe get laid because she coincidentally has a headache.
Right. Or you fly out there, you guys argue the whole time that you're out there, and you're like, man, I don't even want to do this anymore. It weighs on you because you're investing not just emotionally, but you're investing financially, and you're not getting the return on your investment, and it's frustrating.
So now it's like you have to worry about the trust as well. I mean, like, do you really trust that they're gonna, like, you know what I'm saying, that they're really being faithful to you? I mean, if you got an open relationship, hey, go ahead and, run it, do what you do. So if you're trying to have a monogamous relationship with somebody, and you really have to, like, and so many people have like these trust issues as it is, let alone dating somebody that lives all the way across the country, if not the world, because there's always that chance that they're cheating. I mean, like, You could even, man, I know people that would like literally sit there and FaceTime their girl while they're like, you know what I'm saying, out wherever they are, FaceTiming their girl while another girl's sitting right across from them on the couch, eating her Whopper sandwich and fries and everything, you know what I'm saying? It's just not worth it.
Because you can be a very handsome, debonair, well-dressed, bald-headed, slick-talking, charismatic, handsome fellow, and
Thanks,
I
bro.
was talking about me.
Yeah, all right. With a peanut-shaped head that looks like a milk dud that got kicked around by the USA soccer team.
We're gonna fight off camera. Your lady can know that you get a lot of energy from women, and she knows that you're not gonna cheat. But in a long distance relationship, her imagination might get the best of her, because a lot of women are in his DMs, and it's only so much a man can take. Now, she trusts you, she fully trusts you when you guys were together, but when she got that job in Grand Rapids and then you're in Port Huron, that anxiety is starting to get the best of her, because she's like, well, it never took him 30 minutes to text me back before. It's Friday night. I know he likes to drink that Hennessy. I know he's out with his boys, and I know Anthony's a player. He's a dog, and I hate when he's around Anthony, but I trusted him before, and now it's too much. It gets the best of people's anxiety, and their imaginations run wild, and that trust could be solid when you were in close proximity, but now you guys are 4 hours away, and it's playing on her psychology, the fact that he cheated on his ex before, and he's never cheated with you. All of this is playing in this stew of anxiety, and it's never good for your relationship, because she's gonna relay that to you. She may be, when you go out to see her, and she's uptight, and she's, hey, what's wrong, babe? Nothing. No, I don't want to talk about it. And then now you get pride out of her, and she tells you, well, I just don't feel like you'll be faithful to me, and you've given her no type of indication, or your behavior has always been one of being faithful and being loyal to her, and then now it puts a strain on you, because you feel like, look, I haven't even done anything to give you that type of impression. You've been putting this cheating energy on me. Now I'm really gonna do it now.
If you're gonna accuse me of it, I might as well do it.
And you don't know all of this because you're too far apart. You don't know what's going on in each other's lives. You're not forthcoming with a lot of what's going on in your life and how you feel about the situation. And we don't want you guys to feel like, if you're in a long distance relationship, that you should just go ahead and break up with your partner right now. But we want you to be cognizant of these things.
These are just things that people don't think about in a long distance relationship.
If you're struggling in a long distance relationship and you need a little bit more help, go ahead and check out this video that is gonna help you through the process. Yeah, it's over there, man. It's to the left. It's over to the left, to the left. It's right over there, so click that link and we'll see you on the flip side.
Peace.